In today's video, I want to give you a few tips and tricks on how you can update your wardrobe without breaking the bank. First of all, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Marleen and I am a personal stylist here on my channel. I do normally focus on apple-shaped fashion, but in today's video, it's all generalized tips and tricks that'll work for everyone. But a few tips and tricks on how you can update your wardrobe without breaking the bank. Let's get stuck into it. We're jumping straight into it. We're keeping this video short and sweet. And the first thing I need you to remember in order, not so much for when you're updating your wardrobe, but when you are shopping, I need you to shop for classic, timeless pieces. When you buy classic and timeless pieces, that means you will have the foundation of your wardrobe in place. So when you are wanting to update your wardrobe, you don't have to go out and break the bank because your foundation, your base pieces are already in order. This means that when you want to update your wardrobe, you can go and play with a few trends. You can buy a few inexpensive pieces, but they will mix and match because you already have the base and the foundation in order. So make sure that you always shop for those timeless and classic pieces, have that foundation in order, and it won't cost you as much when you want to update your wardrobe. Next up is to play with layers. You will very often see my outfits here consist of 3 pieces. I normally wear a top, a bottom, and then I have a layer on in my outfits. The layers for us who are apple shapes helps hide the tummy, but also for me who's always cold, gives me the additional warmth. However, playing around with your layers mean that you can literally mix and match everything you have in your wardrobe. Just try changing the layers. I made a video not long ago where I did a basic jeans and tee, and then I literally just changed the layers. I made 10 different outfits using the same base. I'll link the video in the description box for you if you want to go and check it out. But playing around with the different layers that you have, like your blazers, your cardigans, even just adding a couple of t-shirts on top of each other, is a very, very easy way to update your look. You can see what I've done here today, actually. Plain and simple dress. I've just added, I've used it as a layering piece using a shirt underneath it. Again, it gives me a different look to the outfit and it's a very, very easy way to update your wardrobe. So do play around with all the pieces you have in your wardrobe and use them as layers. Next up is pretty much the same because it is to try new combinations. As I said, use your pieces as layers, but also try different combinations. Try putting colors together that you might not normally put together. Try and put different shoes with a pair of trousers that you've never tried before. Try and add baggy on baggy or skinny on skinny. Just see how it feels. How does it look for you? How do you feel? But try to combine your clothes in new, different ways. To get ideas to try new combinations with your outfit, let's say you have a black blazer, one of my favorite pieces in my wardrobe. Go in on Pinterest or on Google search or whatever search engine that you use and put in black blazer outfit and then see what comes up. And then once you find a few combinations, a few outfits that you like, you can go and try and recreate those pieces in your wardrobe. It's a great way to get new inspiration to use the pieces that we have, and that in turn will update your wardrobe without breaking the bank. One thing when it comes to outfit, and I was an idiot for this for a very long time, was to remember to use my accessories. I have collected accessories over the years, but I wasn't really great at using them. I fell in love with belts and I use my entire belt collection now. The same with my shoe collection, but I rarely use my handbags and I keep forgetting to add the jewelry. But remember, you can add sunglasses, a hat, a scarf. Play around with your jewelry, play around with your shoes and your handbag. Literally use the entire spectrum of accessories available to you in your wardrobe. Also, accessories can be gotten quite inexpensively. Primark is my favorite place to get accessories. I can see it, I can feel it because it's in store only. But also they're so inexpensive. So I can play around with the new trend. Let's say the big bold earrings are a trend or the big necklaces. I can play around with the trend without breaking the bank. And that's what I'm really looking for. It's such an easy place to add, but it does so much to your outfits. So don't forget to play around with the accessories without breaking the bank. And that leads it on to the next one. I've already touched upon it, your shoes. Your shoes can literally make or break an outfit. It makes such a massive difference what shoes you're wearing to an outfit. However, shoes for many of us, especially those of us with bad feet, it may be an investment. And once again, it ties back to buying the classic and timeless pieces. If you go for a black pointy shoe, a flat with good support in it, it may be an investment to buy those shoes, but once you have them, you will have them for years to come. Again, classic timeless pieces. you can then, if possible, go and buy inexpensive shoes. Again, I personally love Primark. They have so many fun shoes that I can use for a shorter period of time when I'm not dependent on being able to wear a pair of shoes for hours on end. Again, it's investing in where you need it, but then allowing yourself to play around maybe with the trend or with the fun color, etc. Buying timeless classic pieces, as I said in the beginning, is literally the foundation. And if you want to play around and update your wardrobe, you can then go for the more inexpensive pieces just as a trend or for having fun. But don't forget that shoes can literally make and break your outfit. So do keep in mind what shoes you're adding to an outfit. But again, try new combinations. Play around with what you have. An art form I think many of us have forgotten. Back in my youth, my mom, she was amazing at sewing. And a lot of the times when us kids have grown out of our clothes, she would alter it and repurpose it. It was absolutely amazing. So consider, can you do the same? If you have a dress maybe that no longer works for you, could you make it into a skirt or a top or something like that? A pair of jeans that might have gotten a little bit worn or stained, etc. Could they be repurposed into a pair of shorts instead? My sister, I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, but when we were young, she actually took some of our old jeans and she made them into a bag for herself. It was absolutely amazing. So if you know how to sew, maybe repurpose, reuse some of the pieces, and you can always get your local tailor to help you. But there's definitely longevity in the pieces by altering them and repurposing them. I want to touch a bit about updating your wardrobe when it comes to trends. And as I was talking about with the shoes and with the accessories, it's a very easy place and also can be done inexpensively to update your wardrobe. So if you find a trend that you want to try, it could be a color, or it could be a pattern, or like a certain like feathers or something. Is that something you can add to some of the existing pieces, maybe either with a safety pin or gently tap it on and you can remove it again? My point is really just that trends come and go. And having a foundation, the basic timeless pieces in place, means that we can allow ourselves to play with the trends. I rarely buy into trends, but this spring and summer we have the butter yellow, which is fantastic. And what I did was I bought a t-shirt, and that butter yellow actually mixes and matches really, really well with my existing wardrobe. I've just bought the one t-shirt in that yellow color and I love it. It's a trend. Will I keep wearing it? It's just a t-shirt. It's not going to last me for years and years, but if it lasts me for a season or two, it wasn't that expensive. I can use it for rags when it's done and dusted, and I've had fun with the trend. So when it comes to trend, this is where you can be a little bit more selective, decide where you want to put your coins. You can have fun with the trends, but without breaking the bank, and that's the whole point. And the last point for today, and I've already touched upon it because all these things are kind of interconnected, and that is the color of the season. And as I said, right now it's that butter yellow. I bought a plain and simple t-shirt from H&M. It cost me about 15 euros. I'll use it for the season, and my husband can have it for rags when I'm done. He's always looking for rags for his shed, so that's perfect. But it's an inexpensive way to update my wardrobe, to play around with the trends without breaking the bank, and that's a fantastic way to do it. The in color can often be added to those timeless and classic pieces in that capsule wardrobe that we have, and then just try different combinations using those pieces that are in trend. 8 quick and easy tips and tricks on how you can update your wardrobe without breaking the bank. I hope this little video was helpful for you. This is things that I have said over and over and over in videos as we go along. I've just compressed the little tips and tricks into one little video. I hope it was helpful, and will you be helpful to me and leave me a purple heart in the comments just so I know that you have made it this far. And if you sat through the ads for me, thank you so much, because that is how you're helping my channel. With all that said and done, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.